Hello, everyone. My name is Laleh Hancock, and I'm one of the Talk to the Entity certified facilitators. And first, I'd like to say welcome wherever it is that you guys are watching, whether it's on Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube. And I also want to thank Shannon O'Hara for starting Talk to the Entities with the tools of access consciousness and all the magicians around the world who make this happen for us, where we actually get to have these conversations and these moments together. Um, Talk to the Entities is something that I discovered 12 years ago when I found the tools of access consciousness. But actually, communicating with entities for me started a very long time ago. Um, I I realize most of us, we have different gifts from the minute that we are born. This magical body comes, but we also have a lot of capacities. And, reminiscing as a child, the things that were fun for me, well, it was actually fun for me to have friends that maybe others didn't see. There's one particular friend. um, she was a little taller than me at the time. I was probably 3 years old, 4 years old, and there was this moment that no matter what was going on in the house, whether my dad was stressed, my mom was stressed, I could just be with her, and my whole world would be joyful. And it really wasn't until many years later that I realized there was a moment of maybe even sharing with my family. There was a moment of where that was made wrong, and as if it wasn't true. And sometimes, we do that even as adults. We know something, we are aware of something, and we're so excited about it. We tell others. But if the others cannot really receive it, the first thing is this denial, this rejection, the impossibilities. And what if for every moment from the minute you were born, we flipped that? What if every moment you were told, hey, this is not possible, you are wrong, you didn't do this correctly, or anything else? We actually were willing to flip that to, hey, you are so unique. You have the ability to be aware of energies, of people, even their thoughts, feelings, emotions. And guess what? You are a gift. The things that each of us becomes aware of is so unique. Now, other people may also be aware of those energies, those beings without bodies, whatever it is, but each of us will have our unique way of how we receive information, ways of how things communicate with us. So, what if all those moments that you felt maybe even crazy? Did I see it? Did I not see it? Did I hear it? Did I not hear it? Did I perceive it? Did I not perceive it? What if it didn't matter if anyone else saw it, heard it, perceived it? Because each of us perceive different. Now, I look at even my girls, and they're twins, identical, they call them. It went from one egg to two. So when you visually see them, yeah, they're the same, but there's nothing the same about them. Yes, they're both kind in their own special ways. They perceive very differently. The way they communicate with their bodies are very different. Um, One of them, when she was little, she was, I think, around 9 or 10 months old. She would have very vivid dreams. And even at moments, not sleepwalk, but she would actually jump out of bed. And back then, I didn't really have the tools. I didn't really have anyone around me to share with me that actually what she was aware of was this gift. And no matter how old she was, she knew. Now, all I knew back then was to hug her, to let her know I was there and that everything was going to be okay. Um, but what if each moment of our lives was that? You know, you are going to experience different things. Whether you know it or not, we are aware of so many things. Like knowing that I was coming live today, it was very interesting. The things I was aware of yesterday, the things I was aware of the minute that I woke up. And it is, you are this beautiful light that shines like the sun, and things feel good knowing you're here. Notice how many people come and just stand next to you. When I travel a lot and I'm at airports or I am anywhere, it's so funny. There could be nothing next to me, and then people start to come. Well, it's the same thing with entities. The minute that they know you're here, they would like to gift. And I know you guys have heard many of the facilitators, and there's many, many tools, but you know, four that we can use with everything. That moment that you even have that crank in your stomach, the minute that you have a headache, the minute that you are perceiving that, hey, I'm nervous, do I want to go here? Like any thoughts, any feelings, any emotions that come up, if you just ask, hey, what is this? Now, we have this tool called Who Does This Belong To? And even this morning, asking, I had some kind of like a nervous feeling, you know, going on. And it's funny because I tend not to have that unless I know I'm aware of something. So the first question I asked was, who does this belong to? Is it mine? And then I perceive lightness is what's true for me, heaviness is what is not true for me. And do that with you guys. Notice a moment just since you woke up today. Even it might have been anger. Whatever that moment was, let's just ask it. Who do you belong to? Are you mine? Is it light or heavy? Someone else? Light or heavy? Heavy means no, or it belongs to someone else. Now, something else, that's where the magic plays here too. Because so often, maybe even 98, 99% of the time, it's not ours. Now, it could be the earth. And the more you actually expand your awareness, the more you ask questions, the more you're willing to be questions, the more things will communicate that you actually give yourself permission to play with. One of those is the earth. The earth is an entity too. So, what are you aware of? You know, for a long time, I would always know my knee would start to like be sore when rain was coming. But that was one of the ways that I was perceiving that rain coming. So let's look at that moment today that got you, you know, annoyed or yucky, headache, whatever else was going on. And now let's ask, hmm, what is this? Was it an entity? Is it light? Was it the earth? Is that light or heavy for you? Now, the magic of entities And it could be entity, somebody you knew, but it doesn't have to be. Are they here to communicate with you? And if it's communication, it's really cool because it doesn't have to be words. If you just open up your arms, you don't even have to. But that willingness to just communicate, guess what? You can receive information. Sometimes I actually hear something, but you don't have to. Sometimes I just perceive, yeah, I just got some tingling. Yeah, I'm communicating. And you guys know we offer lots of different things. And one of those things in the beginning class is really going deeper into all these tools. But I'm going to give you just a little taste. So, communication is one of those four things. Are they here because they would like to cooperate with you? One of the things for me, I find I love creating businesses. So, a lot of times it's what would like to cooperate and be created. It could be a product, it could be a service, it could be a book. I wrote a children's book, and it all started actually when my fish died, Princess. And as soon as she left her magical body, I was traveling and I got the idea of 10 different books from that moment. And so, what is actually desiring to cooperate with you? And if you are willing to just get out of your head that you have to have the answers, start to notice what ideas you perceive. And we always recommend you have maybe a book, or maybe it's a place on your phone or your computer, and just write down the ideas. Now, some of them, remember, they might come because you're being that light, and they're coming because they would like you to acknowledge them, but they may not be coming for you. You might be that gateway to where they're going. And as you write it down, ask them to let you know when it's time for you to really start to play with them, explore them. Because as you even just engage, just look at the name, what you wrote down, or whatever you wrote. That engagement already kickstarts some energies. Now, cooperation can come in so many ways, and you may find your own special way of how you cooperate. The other is so one was communication, one is cooperation, one is contribution, that receiving. And a lot of times we are asking for help. We're asking for, you know, not from I'm wrong, I need help, okay? You gotta also know you are the power here. You are the one who gets to say what you like to add to your life. And I know that concept is something that most people, we just don't learn that growing up, We always make it's somebody else. But what if you are that source of asking? So, what would you like to add to your life and living? Even if it's more money, even if it's a new job, a new relationship, a new house, maybe you'd like to have more ease. Whatever you're asking for, know that we're not alone. You're asking, your ask goes into the universe, and then there's beings. There are entities who would like to contribute to that. So the contribution for me, the receiving one, is really you have an ask. And now you've got a whole slew of amazing beings who want to contribute. But the way for us to actually receive is we got to get out of our head and not be willing to have an agenda, but just that willingness to be with them, and allow us to receive. Just as easy as that. And you can find on, actually, there's some beautiful exercises Shannon O'Hara has done about this. You can purchase them, and I listen to them every morning. I listen to them every evening. It's like, what if we are willing to just give ourselves permission to receive from everything, the earth, people, those bodies that are here that we can see, but also the entities that maybe we cannot see, we cannot feel them, but we know they're here. Now, the other is actually the clearing. A lot of times people come because they perceive your light and they would like you to contribute to them moving on. And this is something that, it's so interesting for me. I'd learned a lot of techniques before I found the tools of talk to the entities, but this is the one that I use every single day because so many things just require that little bit of help to be able to be whatever they want to be. So I invite you guys, just play with it. If they are here to be cleared, what if it's so easy? You can just say, "Hi, happy to contribute to clearing here." Not from anything being wrong, but just being this gift that can contribute to someone else, being able to be free. So we say, "Truth, who are you? Who were you before that? Who were you before that? Who were you before that? And who will you be in the future? What are you? What were you before that? What were you before that? What were you before that? And what will you be in the future? What is your job? What was your job before that? What was your job before that? What was your job before that? What will your job be in the future?" Thank you. You may now go. Yes. Yeah. And start to notice like this clearing is something you can utilize at any moment. Um, for me, I work with a lot of businesses, and very often we don't recognize like even the space where you do your work. So many of us are at home now, you know, but you're also aware of not just you, you're aware of your neighbors, whether you're in a building or whether you're in your own home. You're going to be aware of a lot of different things. Even within your business interacts with a lot of different kinds of people. So try it. Even use the clearings with places you go to. I work with a lot of businesses, and one of the things that some of those businesses, not all of them, we actually do clearings. They learn it, they utilize it in their space, and they realize different things. Everyone's going to experience this differently. But so many of them have said to me, "Oh my goodness, I always felt like my space, the place that I was working, was just like, wow, sometimes I had headaches, sometimes it felt like I was like in a sardine box." And the minute that I started utilizing this tool, I realized I have more space, but it's not physical space, it's the space around me. I have more creativity. Their revenues ended up changing too. Because what if we are willing to actually receive from everything? This beautiful planet that we're here with, it has so many gifts to gift, but so does everything else. The sun, the moon, the clouds, the rain, and beings that are here to contribute to us, and beings that are just a pass by that we get to contribute to, they get to contribute to us. And if we're really willing to allow ourselves, like I was saying at the beginning, that little girl, knowing that she always has people that are here to help her, people that are here to be on her team and just be her cheerleader or his. You know, what if every single one of us knew we have so many cheerleaders that are here to support us with anything we desire to create? And from that moment, what if everything that we had initially considered to be the wrongness of us, the problem, the illnesses, the stress, or anything else was then flipped to gratitude for capacities, abilities, talents, superpowers? And what if you are so unique that there can never be another one like you? Not even a twin sister, but each of us create that gift that allows this magical planet to actually thrive, expand, and empower others. So I just thank you guys for being here with me today, and notice around you, not just your physical space around you, your energy. How is your body? Is your body different? And it's not about giving it an answer, but just as you start to notice, hey, is the energy different around me? How is my body? Do I have more space? Do I have less space? Is it the same? That's when you also start to empower you to notice the shifts and the changes. And what if now, this moment, was your new platform to create, to play, to exponentialize your life and your business, and to have way too much fun? So, thank you guys for being here, and see you soon.